According to the United Nations Population Fund's State of World Population Report for 2023, India's population is estimated to be 1.4286 billion, while China's population is estimated to be 1.4257 billion, which is 2.9 million fewer than India. China is the world's largest producer and consumer of steel, accounting for more than half of the world's steel production. In 2022, China produced 1.018 billion tons of steel. India is the world's second largest producer of steel, contributing around 2% to India's GDP. Indian steel demand is projected to record a 9% compounded annual growth rate (CAGR) until 2025. Global steel market is expected to grow annually by 5.8% CAGR from 2023 to 2030. S&P Global reported that China's electricity consumption rose by 3% in 2022 to 8,090 TWh, after a 10% jump in 2021. A report by Reuters states that electricity generated from coal rose to 1,162.91 billion kilowatt-hours in India, with its share in overall output rising to 73.1%, the highest. India annually consumes 25 million to 30 million tons of petrochemicals. India's oil consumption in the petrochemical segment is set to double by 2050 on the back of increased wealth and economic growth. China's petrochemical consumption rose by 3.7% in 2021, driven by strong demand from the construction and automobile sectors. Petroleum and other liquids are the second largest fuel source, accounting for 19% of the country's total energy consumed in 2021. The total energy consumption in China in 2022 was 8,090 TWh. 19% of 8,090 TWh is approximately 1,537 TWh, terawatt-hours. This is equivalent to approximately 1.2 times the motive energy produced in the United States in 1955, almost equals 1.3 trillion kWh. China's natural gas consumption rose by 13% in 2021 to 13.4 TCF from 11.9 TCF in 2020. India's gas consumption grew 2.7% year-on-year. India is currently the second largest importer of liquefied petroleum gas, LPG, in the world, after China. India is expected to overtake China by 2030. India is the world's second largest cement producer, with production amounting to approximately 370 million metric tons in 2022. In 2020, the production volume of cement in China reached almost 2.4 billion metric tons, while India produced approximately 340 million metric tons of cement in the same year. 2.4 billion metric tons. The production of cement is a significant source of carbon dioxide, CO2, emissions, with cement production being the third most significant source of anthropogenic CO2 emissions. 95% of cement kilns use a solid fossil fuel as their primary fuel. In 2021, China consumed an estimated 45.79 million metric tons of agricultural fertilizers. India is the world's second largest consumer of fertilizers, with the country consuming 32.54 million metric tons of fertilizers in 2020. Fertilizers are made using hydrocarbons derived from crude oil, such as methane, the majority part of natural gas, and petroleum coke. Synthetic fertilizers are made using large quantities of petroleum and other fossil fuels. The fertilizer consumption of China increased from 45.8 kilograms per hectare in 1971 to 383.3 kilograms per hectare in 2020, which accounted for 22.8% of the global total consumption. China is the world's largest producer of vehicles, manufacturing over 26 million cars and commercial vehicles in 2021, while India produced 4.4 million vehicles in the same year, making it the world's fourth largest commercial vehicle manufacturing country by output. This is just cars. China has built 40,000 kilometers, 30,000 miles of grid-tied electrified high-speed freight and passenger rail since 2007. Rail passenger traffic in India has increased by almost 200% since 2000, and freight traffic has increased by 150%. China is a major producer of rockets. China has invested in India's infrastructure, including railways, ports, and roads, with Beijing looking to invest another $50 billion in building India's ports, roads, and a project to link rivers. Kerosene is still being used in various sectors, including space exploration. India's defense budget for 2021 to 22 stands at approximately $66 billion, while China's 2021 defense budget stood at $209 billion.